If you've recently picked up Just Flight's Air Hauler 2 for Microsoft Flight Simulator, XPlane 11, or P3D and FSX, congratulations! We think you'll love it. You have a few aircraft in your hangar, but now you want the real money and you want it quickly. How do you do it? I'm Lee from Flight Brothers FT, and today we're going to show you how.
Welcome to Flight Brothers FT, produced by Tim and Lee. Plan the flight and fly the plan. All charts courtesy of Navigraph charts, not to be used for real-world navigation. Be sure to subscribe and explore the rest of the channel for high-quality aviation content and entertainment.
So I will walk you through how I start off my day here when I sit down with Air Hauler. We're going to open the Overview tab, the Fleet, and the VA Chat tab. Tim and I have been on Air Hauler since it was released for XPlane in the summer of 2020, so I purchased my copy, but I'd also like to thank Just Flight for providing us with a second copy for Tim. Since there are two of us, the software expenses doubled when we evaluate a product, and we'd also like to thank Duncan, the creator of Air Hauler, for working through an issue with Air Hauler and the Aeronautical PA46. So here I have up the VA Chat tab there. That's where Tim and I communicate. We do have one or two other members currently for our virtual airline. But we're going to step through a few things looking at where our aircraft are. For example, on these routes with the commodities, these are our price differences. So you can see that Boston to DCA is plus 142 per unit. That's where we really want to be. Get the big price difference, and that is our massive profit. On a one-way trip with 60,000 units there in the default MD-82, you can see that's $8.5 million in one leg. When we're dealing in the commodities, we're going to really be relying on this Overview tab. This is where we're going to see locations, costs per unit, and then the cost differences per unit. That's what we really want to see. When you zoom in and out on the map, be sure to reselect your commodity if you adjust the zoom level, because the prices will not update, so you won't see that accurate price difference. So let's get the commodity tab open. We're going to go to the Overview map, and the third tab down is the commodity tab. This will show at the airport we've selected, which we can see in the middle there is KBOS, or Boston. So we're looking now at everything that, all the commodities that Boston has, and then the red and green dots that we're going to see here as we zoom in. Green means it's a higher price over where you're at. Red would mean it's lower. I know because I've been running these back and forth. Perfumes are really high now between Boston and DCA, so I'm going to purchase the max amount here, which is quite a bit there. I think it's about $30 million of my own money I'd spend. But then when I transport it down to DCA, which is Washington National, we're going to get a return on that profit. After we've loaded the commodities, we'll need to go to Fleet and position the aircraft, or fly it, enter the airport we want to go to, which is KDCA in this example. Once we do that, the aircraft's going to depart. It'll be flown by the AI, and then when it arrives there at our leisure and we come back around to the computer, we can just unload it. We'll gain our profit back. DCA, I believe, was about $108 per unit, and we put about 60,000 on there. So we're going to go down to Florida now. I have about 3 or 4 aircraft that I've been shuttling back and forth between Tampa and Fort Lauderdale Exec and Opelika. And perfumes again have been a hot commodity going into Tango Papa Alpha there, Tampa International. Now Opelika, I have a 763 down there. It will not get into Fort Lauderdale Exec, so I've been flying smaller aircraft. I think it has a 6,000 foot runway in Fort Lauderdale Exec, and Opelika I think has an 8,000. So be cautious of that when you're flying and loading these aircraft up with commodities, that you don't load a whole bunch of stuff to an airport that you can't get to. Here we've unloaded the aircraft that I had sitting there. They finished up last night. Again, this is me recording, kind of going through the beginning of the day stuff where I would dispatch it out. So here we're going to go to Opa-locka, which is where I have my 767-300 at. We're going to look through these commodities again. Here you're seeing the red and the green dots. I'll zoom in a little bit better here. You can check the prices around that plus or minus number. Again, anything with a green is going to be a plus, meaning the value at that destination is higher than our current purchase cost. Again, perfumes have been high going into Tampa from Opa-locka. So I've been transporting perfumes from Opa-locka and Fort Lauderdale exec into Tampa, selling them at Tampa, and then just buying anything that creates a profit going back so that the aircraft are making money both ways. So you can do that. I've been flying this for about 3 to 4 days, and I think there were like over 1 million something units when I started. You can zoom out here on the map again, get more broader scale. Maybe more beneficial to fly a longer route. Here we can see in Dallas there's about $118 mark up there, so that might have actually been a little better than flying Florida. But again, the short hop across the peninsula there is only probably an hour and 15 minutes worth of flight time. So a little bit better here. Again, we'll get that aircraft dispatched to Tampa. And that got our 763 going. Now let's take a look at one of the smaller aircraft here. It's the PA-46, the Coronado. I had it doing just some regular jobs yesterday. It's out at Kingman IGM, Arizona. So let's zoom in there and take a look. And actually, as I'm clicking around here, it does not appear that Kingman actually has a commodities market. Yeah, we have some close by, but not in Kingman. And this brings up a good point too. Remember, not all airports have commodities, and not all airports that have commodities have the same commodities. So it really is beneficial to spend a little bit of extra time kind of looking and clicking around here. You're going to make a lot more money this way than doing your simple jobs available. Those are quicker. You can kind of click on it and go, okay, yeah, this cargo fits this aircraft. It has the correct range, and dispatch it and let it go. But you're going to make a lot more money spending a little bit of extra time, especially when you get 1 or 2 aircraft. Before I discovered this, which was fairly recently, on a good day, I'd gross about $1.5 million to $2 million. The first day I did this, I went from 26 to 52 million. So we're going to do one final dispatch here. I'm not going to worry about that PA-46. I have a flight factor sitting up at Vancouver now. The watch market has been really good going from into Vancouver for the watch commodities, and I've been flying it out of Sacramento, SMF. So I'm just going to find a commodity that has some value going from Vancouver back down to Sacramento. And again, my big money maker is going Sacramento to Vancouver on those watches. I think they're like $80 or $90 profit per commodity. And this aircraft, I'm moving about 110,000 units, which a unit also equates to a pound on this. So that's something to keep in mind. Fuel deducts from that. So again, we're going to look here and just try and find something that's going to give us some profit. There we have it into SMF. Oh, actually, yeah, here, I've got Opa-locka up. We don't want that. That's showing the price difference relative to Opa-locka. Since the aircraft is up in Vancouver, we need to go up there, click Vancouver. That way we're showing the commodity values at Vancouver, and again, go back down to Sacramento so that we're looking at the right thing. Here we are. We've got Vancouver selected, and we're going to go back down to Sacramento, verify that amount, and just load stuff on the plane. Again, northbound's where I'm making a lot of money. I'm making pretty good money actually going south as well, just not as much. All right, so we're just going to go through these commodities. Again, if you end up at an airport that doesn't have commodity market, maybe you can find another job from the available jobs menu, fly it out of there, or you can simply go to your fleet tab and select the aircraft and reposition it to a nearby airport that either has a job or has a commodity market. And here we are. We're going to add about I think it was $30 million worth of units there. I don't know actually how much I have here. I'm over $200 million right now. We just bought a default 744 for the virtual airline a day or two ago, so I'm trying to build up a little bit more cash. Go back to this overview map again, and that's pretty much how we do it. If you guys have questions or comments on this, leave a comment below. We'll get back to you. Here we have 113,000 units on that 752, and on 20 is our profit. So this single flight, we're going to gross $2.26 million. So for one flight, I'm grossing more than what I would do in an entire day before getting into the commodities. So this is really where you want to be. Get a couple routes. I have a little sticky notepad, and I write down the good one there. So again, how does this one job compare to the available jobs? Well, let's go click on that. I'm currently running 5 bases, I think, or 6 bases out of my own. Flight Brothers, we have 2 bases. And here you can see $763,000 is our fee, what we'll get paid compared to $2.26 million. So anymore, I run my big aircraft on the commodities, and then I pretty much fill all the other stuff with the available jobs. If you would like to join the FBFT virtual airline, please do. These tips will help you get the aircraft you want quickly. When I discovered this, I doubled, as I mentioned, from about 26 to 52 million. After about 3 days of running it, I broke 100 million. Generating revenue this way is quicker than using the standard available job share to VA method. Tim and I have been working very hard on building our virtual airline. You can see it here. This is our advert. It should be about the same as a lot of our social media stuff. Head on over there. If you guys want to fly with us, click on it. Do you need to? No. Go to your virtual airline tab and your hiring bulletin boards. Once that populates, you can find us. It's arranged alphabetically. And again, check out some of our other videos. We're right in the middle here. Apply, we'll accept you, and just fly with us. I don't think there's really a financial benefit after you start running commodities to being part of the VA. So again, click apply there. We've got all the aircraft that we have. You'll need your type ratings. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoy Air Hauler 2, and we'd like to see you coming back for more content from us. As always, plan the flight and fly the plan. And we are on Instagram and Twitter at FlightFT2019 and Facebook. Look us up. Have a happy holidays. If you enjoy this content, consider buying us a coffee to show your support. Visit us at buymeacoffee.com/FlightBrosFT or search for us from the menu if you'd like to contribute. A link will be provided in the video description below.